Hello, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Jennifer Broom, and our first guest is known as the Royal Chef. He has served Britain's royal family and several heads of state.
And right now, he's in Houston for the 9th annual Zest in the West Food and Wine Festival. Please welcome Chef Darren McGrady to Houston Life.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Nice to be here.
Thanks for coming in.
It is so nice to see
Should
you.
we have a spot of tea while we have a chat?
Absolutely.
Listen, in the show open, we just saw photos of you with some notables. I want to start with Princess Diana because not only did you cook for her, but she became sort of a friend to you?
She was never really a friend. We always had that barrier. I was always the chef, and she was mother of the future heir to the throne.
She's absolutely beautiful.
Really Does she have a favorite dish?
She was healthy eating, so when I joined her, she got her life back on track. She was patron of 119 different charities, working out at the gym 3 days a week. And she said, Darren, you take care of all the fats, and I'll take care of the carbs at the gym.
That is a pretty good deal. I love that. Now, you also have like a handwritten note that Princess Diana wrote for you. I think we have a shot of that. It's so fun. There's so much nostalgia that comes along with Princess Diana.
Oh, and I would imagine just the memorabilia you have for the entire royal family.
I know, and she loved writing notes all the time. Whenever she did an event, she'd come back. She'd say, Darren, what's for lunch? I'm starving. And I'd say, well, it's grilled salmon or it's whatever dish it was. This is a garden party one. These are medals that I got when working with the Queen. I cooked for 5 U.S. presidents.
Wait, what are the medals for?
These are given as gifts, as thank yous for cooking for them for a whole week.
So is it intimidating? I mean, cooking for the Queen and cooking for presidents.
I know. To begin with, it is. It is to begin with. I mean, this one, the one you just saw, the menu, this was on the Royal Yacht Britannia in Miami, and we flew out here in 1991 to America on Concorde with the Queen to Washington, then on to Tampa, joined Britannia, sailed to Miami, where I did a huge banquet for President Reagan and President Ford.
Oh, my goodness.
And the Queen?
And the Queen, too. And then came up to Houston, did another banquet, and then we flew back from Houston on Concorde.
And there, of course, is a Happy Christmas.
This is a Christmas card. This
96.
was my last Christmas card from the
year
princess.
before she died,
Yes.
97, of course.
So this is William, Harry, and of course, Prince Andrew's two children.
Well, and you got to enjoy watching William and Harry grow up. You got a kind of behind-the-scenes look.
I held Prince Harry as a baby at Windsor Castle, yes.
You're kidding.
In fact, talking babies, that note was many congratulations on the safe arrival of your little lady. That was a note that the princess sent to my wife when my daughter Kelly was born. She was so personable. She really was.
Yeah.
And I understand from your cookbook, there's a recipe that was used in William's wedding.
Prince William chose the chocolate biscuit cake as his groom's cake. So that was sort of super exciting, yes.
And you also get to go on Oprah for it as well.
I did.
So.
They called and said, we want you to come on the show and make a big 4-tier cake. And then we want 400, one for everyone in the audience, too.
Chef, has there ever been a time when things have not gone perfectly when you're cooking for royals? Because I would imagine you seem like a very calm dude, but it's got to be a lot of pressure.
I'm not in the kitchen. That's why I'm calm. You see me in the kitchen. I'm worse than Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen. It's practice.
I actually want to see that now. I'm like, come on, I want to see.
You yell at people?
Seriously, it's practice. Everything is done to precision. I've cooked for 100 different kings, queens, and presidents. When the Queen sat down for dinner at a state banquet, right behind her is the Queen's page. He has a little zapper with him. As soon as the Queen puts down a knife and fork, the course is over. He presses the button, the traffic lights change from red to green, and the footmen come in and start clearing the plates.
No way.
You finished, even if you haven't finished, the course is over. Everything is run to the minute.
Oh, my gosh. I could look through your old photos forever. We just saw a picture of you with George W. Bush. Talk a little bit about the Bush family, since obviously we are here in Houston.
He's one of my favorite presidents to cook for. I cooked for President Reagan on Britannia. I cooked for President Bush 43 in Dallas. And I did a party for him. And the first 2 courses were synchronized served. And so everything sort of went down at the same time.
Wait, now do the presidents also have the zapper like the Queen has?
No, they're much more relaxed.
I love that you call it a zapper.
The third course was a dessert buffet, and he came to the table 3 times, and I walked into the dining room, and he saw me, and he said, hey, big fella, come over here. And I walked across, and he said, "This food's better than anything we've had at the White House."
Hey, big fellow.
Big fellow. Yeah, I
Hey,
had my
big
chef
fellow.
hat on. Yes, yeah. I said, "Hey, big fella, come over here." So I got my big chef hat on, and I said, "Well, thank you, Mr. President. I practiced on 4 other presidents to get it right for you." And he said, he laughed, and he said, "Come and get a picture with me and Laura." So we did.
I actually interviewed Laura Bush once. Absolutely lovely family.
She is,
Tell us
yes.
about the cookbook, because as Jennifer mentioned, some of the recipes in here are inspired by what you've created for some, very famous people.
Absolutely, yeah. Eating Royally is a book I wrote. All the royal family's favorite recipes. I donated all the advance and the royalties to Princess Diana's charity. There's me with Eva Longoria. Imagine getting
She
Eva.
was just in Houston recently.
We just had her on the show.
And
Getting
she's a
Eva
Texan.
to promote my book. I mean, that's amazing. So yeah, I donated all the advance and royalties to charity. It's in 6 print, and I'm working on my next book. Next year is the 20th anniversary of Princess Diana's accident.
I can't believe
20
that.
years.
1997.
So my new book comes out next year. Yes.
Now
Okay, what is this yumminess that we have right here?
This is one of the dishes. I now have a catering company in Dallas, and we do events in Austin, Houston too. And this is a dish. You cut into it.
It's so beautiful that I hate to get into it, but I'm
This
going
is
to.
one of the
You are
new
brave
recipes.
to cut a cake in front of a chef.
Going into the fall, everyone thinks pumpkin and cinnamon, and this is one of the great dishes. There we go. I'll help you.
Very
And
nice,
so-
Derek.
How did I do?
That's
Is it okay to
fantastic.
put it on its side like that?
Absolutely, yes.
I'm not breaking any rules.
I'm not going to help you cut the cake at all. I'm going to dive in.
This is a pumpkin
praline cheesecake.
Yes. It doesn't get any better than that, does it?
No, it's gorgeous. Would you like a slice as well? How is it, JB?
It's so good.
Is that good?
It's ooey gooey yumminess. Oh, it's so good.
Here, there's a fork
Oh,
for you.
thank you.
I'll take one.
I love that the pumpkin is not overwhelming.
It's not too strong in there,
No,
is it?
it's like a hint of pumpkin
and
in
the
there.
cheesecake is not sort of one of those like New York ones that are sort of,
my
it's sort of nice
goodness.
and smooth and creamy, right?
Now,
So-
if someone is watching this and they're
Yes.
wowed by all of your delicious foods that
Yes.
you showed us, how would they? Do you have any tips for them if they're cooking at home?
Yes, don't cook at home. Go to eatingroyally.com and call me. I'll come and cook for you, for your holidays and for your Super Bowl. Call me. No, seriously, the most important thing is do dishes that you've prepared before. So do something like the cheesecake that's cold in the refrigerator. You've not got to worry about dessert. It's all ready. Okay, and then just sit down and have fun. Don't say, "Oh, I found this new souffle recipe. I'm going to try on my 20 guests."
Don't try it on your guests.
Yes.
Chef Darren
Don't give
McGrady,
yourself
thank
added
you so
stress.
much.
My pleasure.
That
And
is
you're in
delicious.
town
And I'm here for Zest in the West.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing short ribs, braised in Guinness and Marmite, and then a beautiful Parmesan and horseradish polenta and parsnip to go with it. So come and see me at Zest in the West tonight.
I'm coming
will.
to see
And
you
you guys should
tonight.
too.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Thank you so much,
to
Chef.
Zest in the West tonight. And here joining us, President of West Houston Chamber of Commerce, we have Jeannie Bollinger. Okay, a big event, of course. We have the Royal Chef in for tonight's event. Let's talk about it. And while we do that, I've got to, get myself set up.
Oh, that
This
is
wine girl loves this.
Well, Zest in the West is in its 9th year. There will be almost 1,000 of our warm, close, personal friends partying tonight with us. There'll be probably 25 or 30 restaurants, 120 wines. I don't even know how many beers you're going to be able to taste. And this is presented by Kroger. You will have a great time.
How do
And
people get in, though? I mean, because that's 1,000 of your
Just-
closest friends. That's a lot of people. Can we just show up?
Yeah, zestinthewest.com. Buy your tickets online.
And I have to say, I do love the platters. It's the easy way to get around.
To hold your wine glass and your
Yes. Well, because when you're sitting there and you want to eat and you want to drink, and it's perfect.
And talk.
It's
Mhm.
perfect. It's perfect.
So the 9th annual, where did this idea come from?
It came from the Chamber of Commerce. We wanted to do a wine and food event in West Houston because we've never had one. And so we just put it together. And it's been going on ever since. And we got backing from the community and Kroger and other big sponsors.
So we have a dish from Peli Peli right here in the
Yes,
Galleria. Chef Paul is going to be one of the folks there. Who are some of the other restaurants coming in?
Oh, Churrasco's will be there, Carmelo's, Mark's. There's just a wonderful slew of restaurants that will be there.
And some of those restaurants, by the way, are going to be competing for the title
Yes.
of Best Restaurant in the West, right?
The Culinary Awards will be awarded first, second, third place. Also, there's a Fashion Forward Award. Chloe Wines is presenting that, so they'll be going around, they'll be tagging you. And if you get tagged, you might be the winner.
Oh, little
That's
fashion,
fun.
little food, little wine.
Okay, well, Jeannie Bollinger, thank you so much. And also to Chef Darren McGrady, thank you. For ticket information, again, that is zestinthewest.com.